As you guys know, Hector David Jr., aka Hector David Rivera, his government name, has been charged with battery and is awaiting trial. And in doing so, he starts sending DMs and even called me out. But now we have a new story emerging from someone whose DMs he slid into after he tried to defame your boy. So let's get straight into the story, guys. Just to give you a recap. He called me out. I responded. Now look, going back to this right here, he posted this. He's been obsessed with me since I posted the Life Ruin video. He screenshot this 2 days after the video was live and thought to repost it. We're not dealing with the brightest crayon in the box, obviously. And then he posted this whole thing, like, hey, God is on my side. Henry, I witnessed you spit on JDF's grave and manipulate his family for likes and interviews. When he should know that mostly everything I witnessed after I met Tammy, or everything I put out, was at her request. From interviews with her to police reports to text messages, all the other stuff, that was me on my own, but she really wanted to clear her name. But this is what he said. He called me a bitch, called Steven Schuyler a bitch. This is a man of God. Make sure you stay resilient in jail. And he said, hey, nice to see you join the chat. I got your free interview anytime you want, since you've opened the whole platform to try to burn my legacy. Now, this is what people say when they don't want to take accountability, because all I did was show you guys his court cases. The things that he pled guilty or not guilty to, that he was convicted of, that he bonded out, that he paid for. And, I responded to this as one do. And hey, name the time and place and let me know. We could discuss the real owner of the truck that he was captured driving. He don't want to talk about that. Or how you tried to get your case dismissed over a Facebook post. Way to take accountability. He kept saying this, and this is where he defamed me, called me a pedo. Maybe because he heard that my daughter's grandfather was accused of touching her, which has been completely debunked. All this other stuff. But he don't know about my custody case or anything like that. He's like, hey, I got what I needed from this BS blogger. All this BS energy. He delivered exactly what I expected. But lo and behold, he deleted this post talking about a guy who stood on business. And because he's so important and he's so popular, I didn't even know he slid in my DMs too. I didn't know. After he called me out to get my attention, he didn't like what I was putting in the chat, because I argue with facts, guys. I argue with cold, hard facts that may piss him off. And when you start bringing up stuff like this, he's like, yo, how do you know about the truck? Well, I'm not dumb, you idiot. But he doesn't know that. And now we got more facts coming up. But this is what he was saying. He wants to come on my platform. Now, obviously, I think an interview on my channel would do more for his career than it would do for mine. Because as we saw with the, his interviews really ain't doing too hot. I mean, you got 343 views in the last 2 days. I mean, what is this doing for anyone's channel? At this point, you should actually be paying people to come on a platform, because yours is dead. Okay. But then we have my man, Nick, Resilient Army member, day oneer, responded to Hector David Jr. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but Nick keeps it real. I don't even think he's in Discord, because you don't have to be, but we message every now and then. He said, look, he, as in Henry, never talked JDF's family, man. I mean, okay. I'm a day one watcher of Henry's. He only talks about the truth.
That's a truthful statement.
This is true, guys. This is true. And lays out the facts. It's not, holy shit, you start cooking them. It's not his fault. You effed up through an old man on the ground. All this talk about him talking about you is because you effed up in life. And JDF would not approve of that particular move, no doubt. Just do better and stop accusing others of your bullshit. Now, guys, if you don't know, in Idaho, this is the video right here, you know what I'm saying, of Hector David Jr. It actually went viral. as you see him talking to retired veteran who called him out because he parked in a handicap spot, right? So he gets out the car and he's just going into the store. As you see, like, look, I can pause the video. You see right here, he's parked in a handicap spot and he's so big and bad and he wants to intimidate the retired Navy veteran, you know, doing all this arm gesturing, you know, people seeing it like, yo, what the hell's going on? What's going on? And then you get the full video, right? You get the full video. This is not at the police station. You see the full video. He walk up. He should have walked away. He should have gotten his car and left, but he couldn't. His pride wouldn't let him. He's not going to let some retired veteran call him out. And he tries to stop the walker, tries to trip the walker, as according to James, who I interviewed. And he moves around him. And he's like, oh my God, this guy. There goes the victim's wife. Now, please, he's like, hey, you guys don't know the whole story. What's the story? What's the story, Hector? You attacked the man from behind? As you see, he's walking away. He goes down to get his cell phone, according to the victim. Boom, shoved him. Right there. And we got a new court case info about him. And this is not his first time he did some shit like this, some cowardice shit like this, and ran away. Because this is what people like him do. But we're not here to talk about this yet. Let's get back to the message at hand where he got caught out by Nick for basically throwing dirt on my name, lying about me. And then bam, right here. He slides in my DMs and like, look, man, what an effing clown dude. Everyone except me in the comments is all on his Johnson. No wonder he's riding yours. He's using it as a part of his comeback story. So, I don't know how that comeback story is going to look because Idaho is pushing for jail time. They don't care about the $1,000 fine, as he's been able to pay his way out of every time he attacked a person. All respect has been lost for this guy, which it has. Now, if you didn't lose respect for him by now from what he did, they have a conversation. It's mostly one-sided for the most part. Nick is like, hey, he's messaging Hector David Jr. Hey, I watched it. He only reported the facts, man. Look, you had a bad day. We all do. Don't blame Henry for it. Just be better. I mean, good advice. Good advice. I don't know what the story is right here. Yeah, JDF looking down at you, shaking his head like, oh my God. Yeah, you pushed the old man. Now, what does he say? This is straight coming from the guy who, I'm all about God. I'm all about being a good father, being a good sample for everybody. This is what he tells a fan who literally had his back at first. Like, look, man, you had a bad day. We all do. Don't blame Henry. And he couldn't take it. Now, coincidentally, there, I'm sure, are other people who he said something derogatory like this to, just for calling him out for it. But those people have not come forward. So this is my PSA to literally everybody. If you received some foul text message, you got a Hector David Rivera story or AKA Hector David Jr. story or text message to prove, you know, how foul he is, because he goes on these platforms and he like, oh, I just want to thank family. I want to thank God, all this other bull crap that he tries to do to trick people. But really, this is the real him. This is the real him. His track record shows it. His history of violence shows it. He's not this whole, oh, I'm a man of God. He's a man of God when he's on camera. He's a man of God when he's in front of fans. But when he thinks the camera's off, when he thinks no one's recording, God is the furthest thing from this guy. Furthest thing. You think he like, oh, I want to just ask God for forgiveness? No, man. This is who he really is. So if you had a bad experience with Hector David Jr., you got text message to corroborate, because I imagine Nick is not the only person he talked like that in his DMs. Please reach out. Please contact me. Let me know. And let me know what you think of this whole interaction of this guy. Is he on his way for a comeback, or is he on his way out the door? Let me know in the comments section. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. We're about to bring up Nick, who actually wrote these messages, and hear what he has to say. Nick, how are you doing, my friend?
What's up, Henry? How's it going, man?
I'm well, man. You tell me what's going on. What were you thinking watching this all unfold? Because you were there. You've been on the channel since the beginning. And
Yep.
obviously Hector David Rivera lets you follow him. What were your initial thoughts when he called me out?
I I was surprised. Just I don't know. I went on the Instagram one day and that was the top thing on my feed, and I'm like, really, dude? How you not gonna like think that people are watching Henry and seeing and hearing this stuff and knowing that you're lying, dude, and gonna call you out? I absolutely cannot stand people who don't have their own accountability and just point the finger at other people for their own BS. I can't stand it. And I have to, I know saying something ain't going to change it. I know he's just going to tell me to S a D like he did, but I can't be quiet. I have to say something. So that's what happened. And now I'm blocked.
Oh, he blocked you finally?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. See, like, this is the
I don't
thing,
care,
right?
whatever. It's whatever. Like,
You stood on
like,
business. And look, man, I appreciate every member of the Resilient Army standing on business, but the consequence you have to pay when you stand on business and you call these Power Rangers out, they will block you. They will block you.
and that's fine. Like, because I lost all respect for you anyways, fool. So block me, block away.
Oh, man. You know, the crazy thing about him is he has created an echo chamber in his Instagram. So
Yeah.
basically, you said that everyone was just like, what was some of the comments you saw before you got blocked?
They were all on his D, like, yeah, way to be, Hector. Like, yeah, you could be a better man. Like, all on his D. Like, and I was the only one that was like, dude, really? That I could see. Like,
Oh,
whatever.
man.
I can't stand it.
Do you think? And yeah, he obviously hit you with the with the S and D. Even though,
Yeah,
like, look, to be fair, you claim, hey, look, man, I watched it. He only reported the facts, man. Look, you had a bad day. We all do, but don't blame Henry. It just be better. I thought this was a fine thing to say.
Yeah.
I didn't see like, this doesn't cross the line or anything. It's not inappropriate. What was some
No,
of the? Go ahead.
I'm not trying to be like F you, man. Like, whatever you're, I want to, be respectful about it a little bit. And that's what I thought I did. But instead I got told to suck a D. So.
Oh, man. This is so wow. When he was now, what do you think about him going on all these different platforms, talking about, how he's all about God and being a better father and this and that, everything detracting from like who he really is?
My 42 years on this earth, I've seen these type of people time and time again, and it's the ones that are the loudest, they're the ones that are trying to hide the most.
Ooh.
That have the most skeletons in their closet, shall we say.
Ooh.
That's just my personal experience, but yeah, so whatever this dude.
Now,
like, it's so see-through. I can see through this BS.
Since he does watch the stream, what's one thing you would say to him right now?
Hector, man, like, I'm just trying to say, like, you had a bad day, dude. Just be better. Don't blame other people for it. And, me being a vet too, like, tossing around old vets like that, that's just, I can't stand that. Like, I can't stand for that. So just be better and, I don't know, stand up for your own bullshit, man. Don't be blaming Hector for your bullshit.
Yeah. Well, all right, Nick, man. Hey, look, man, thank you for being a part of the Army, a day oneer. Man, I've been messaging Nick for a long time, guys. I'm talking a long time. I've been messaging him for at least over a year. At least over a year, man. So I appreciate you watching, man. And thank you for coming up, Nick. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out Resilient Army.
All right, peace. That was Nick, guys. Nick, great guy. Great guy. A lot of people don't know that I've been messaging a lot of people for a long time.